Welcome to the Trade Ladder with Kenny Brink. Today we're going to talk about how to choose the right trade before you waste years on the wrong one. Most people pick a trade the wrong way. They follow a friend, they take the first apprenticeship that calls them back, or they just Google which trade pays the most and go with that. And 5 years later, they're burned out, stuck, or starting over from scratch again. I started as a helper with no plan, no map. I got very lucky. I found the right fit. But I've watched a lot of good people waste years climbing the wrong ladder. Today I'm going to give you the exact 4-filter system to find the right trade for you before you commit a single day to the wrong one. Let's get into it. But before I get into the filters, I want to give you the big picture of what this channel is really about. It's built around what I call the trade ladder. It's 5 rungs, and I'm going to tell you those 5 rungs right now. Rung 1 is helper. That's the starting point. Rung 2 is the next step up. That's apprentice. Rung 3 is journeyman or specialist. Rung 4 is foreman, supervisor. And rung 5 is owner or management. And we will get into more of that in depth in a later film. Every video on this channel is about climbing one of those rungs. From your very first day on the job site, all the way to running your own operation or managing a team. Right now, you're at rung 0. You haven't even picked your trade yet. This video fixes that. By the end, you know exactly which ladder is worth climbing. But here's the real problem. When you're 18 or 19 and thinking about the trades, nobody gives you the real framework for making this decision. You get vague advice. Electricians make great money. And they do make great money. Plumbers are always in demand. And they're always in demand, and they make great money too. But that's not enough. The trades are not one thing. There are a dozen different worlds. An electrician and an HVAC tech both work in the trades, but the daily work feels completely different. The physical demands are different. The personality it takes to love the job are completely different. Here's a question I want you to sit with for a second. Do you actually know what a trade feels like day to day? Or do you just know what it pays? Most people only know the paycheck. That's why they make the wrong call. When you pick the wrong trade, here's what happens. You finish your apprenticeship, maybe 4 or 5 years, and you're a journeyman in something you don't even enjoy. You stay average because you were never fully invested. Average tradespeople are the first ones let go when work slows down. Or worse, you switch trades mid-career. That means going back to rung 1, helper pay, entry level again. Years you cannot get back. I've seen it happen. A guy spends 4 years becoming a journeyman welder, realizes he hates being stationary all day, and wishes he had gone into HVAC service work from the start, where every day is a different problem to solve. The mistake wasn't the hard work. The mistake was skipping the research before committing. So how do you choose the right trade? You run it through 4 filters. I'm going to say them now and then go through each one in detail. Filter 1 is your body. Filter 2 is your brain. Filter 3 is your lifestyle. And filter 4 is your market. Run any trade through those 4 and you're no fast, fit or mistake. Let's go through each one. Filter 1, your body. Every trade has a physical profile. If your body doesn't match it, the trade will wear you down faster than you think. 3 questions to ask yourself. Question 1, do you have any physical limitations? Flooring, tile work, plumbing rough-in, put you on your knees for hours every single day. If your knees are already giving you trouble at 20, think about what 40 looks like. Electrical, HVAC work can mean tight attic spaces, crawl spaces, and awkward body positions for hours. If you're 6'4" or you're claustrophobic, that matters. Ironwork, roofing, tower climbing, heights every day, not occasionally, every day. Question 2, how physical do you want your day to be? Some people need to move. Framing, ironwork, concrete. You're moving constantly. Others want precision, handwork, without brutal physical labor, instrumentation, refrigeration, finish electrical work, more technical, less brute. Question 3. Can you handle outdoor work year-round? Concrete crews, roofers, site workers, or outside in July heat and January cold. Indoor trades like HVAC maintenance, hospital facilities, and commercial electrical are much more climate controlled, especially as you move up that ladder. Here's something I didn't expect when I started in HVAC. I thought I'd be outside all summer fixing rooftop units, working on my tan. What I didn't realize was how much of the work was inside mechanical rooms, detailed and diagnostic work. That was actually a good surprise to me. Make sure you know which version of the job you're actually signing up for. Write your answers down and be honest. There's no wrong answer here, only your answer. Filter 2, your brain. How do you actually think? Trades split into 2 thinking styles, and I want you to figure out which one you are. Problem-solving trades. These trades where every day is a different puzzle. HVAC work is the best example I can give. You show up to a building, something isn't working, and your job is to figure out why and fix it. Industrial electrical, controls, instrumentation, same thing. If you get bored doing the same thing twice, this is your category. Precision trades. These are trades where doing the same thing exactly right every single time is the whole job. Welding to spec, tile layout, finished carpentry, pipeline work. Great for people who find real satisfaction in mastering and perfecting it. Neither is better than the other, but if you're a problem solver stuck in a precision trade, you'll be bored out of your mind. And if you're a detail person stuck in a chaotic troubleshooting role, you'll be stressed out every single day. Here's how to figure out which one you are. Think about the last time you were fully locked in, totally absorbed in something. What were you doing? Were you figuring out why something wasn't working? Or were you perfecting how to build something right? That answer tells you more than any career quiz ever will. I'll tell you where I landed. I'm a problem solver. Diagnostic work energized me. Building an HVAC company meant solving a new problem every single day. Every single day. Equipment, people, customers, systems that fit me. It might not fit you, and that's completely fine. Know which one you are before you commit. Filter 3 is lifestyle. And this is one that ends more trade careers than anything else. And the most, nobody talks about it. Every trade comes with a lifestyle, not just a paycheck. Let me give you 3 lifestyle factors to consider. First one, travel. Boilermakers, pipe fitters, on industrial turnarounds, ironworkers. These trades can mean weeks or months away from home at a time. The pay is exceptional. If you have a family you want to be home with, that will wear you no matter how good the money is. Second, shift work. HVAC technicians and electricians who go into facilities maintenance. Hospitals, university, data centers often work rotating shifts, nights, weekends, on call at 2 a.m. I manage the trades teams at a hospital right now, and our guys are on 24/7 coverage. The pay reflects that, but you need to know what you're walking into. Third, self-employment potential. Plumbing, electrical, HVAC. These trades have a clear path to business ownership at rung 5. If running your own company is the goal someday, those trades give you that option. Diesel mechanics tend to stay more employment-based. Here's a mistake I see consistently. Someone picks a trade based purely on starting wage without ever thinking about what rung 4 or rung 5 looks like. A 22-hour apprentice job sounds good today, but if a journeyman ceiling in that trade in your area is $32 with no real advancement path, you need to know that before you start climbing. Always look at the top of the ladder, not just the bottom rung. Filter 4, your market. And I want to be direct about this one. Local demand beats national averages every single time. It doesn't matter how well a trade fits you. If there's no work where you live, or if the apprenticeship wait list is 3 years long, here's your action plan for this filter. 3 steps. Step 1. Go to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics website. I'll put a link in the description. Look up the 10-year job outlook for each trade you're considering. Look at the projected growth in median wage. Step 2. Go to Indeed or LinkedIn right now and search for apprenticeship openings in your city. Which trades have 3 listings? Which ones have 300 listings? That's the real market data. Step 3. Call your local union hall, pick up the phone, tell them you're exploring the trade, and ask 2 things. What is the application timeline? And what is the local work demand? Union halls will talk to you. They need people. Here's something that surprises most people. In some cities right now, HVAC and electrical apprenticeships are accepting applications with short wait times because demand is so high. In other cities, the same programs have multiple year wait lists. Same trade, completely different entry point depending on your zip code. 30 minutes of local research this week is worth more than hours of watching videos about trades nationally on YouTube. Do the homework. Let's bring it all together. 4 filters: body, brain, lifestyle, market. Run any trade through these 4 and you'll have a clear answer fast. Here's the action I want you to take this week. Not someday, this week. Grab a piece of paper, write down the trade you're most interested in, and answer 1 question for each filter. Write it down honestly. Then find 1 person actually working in the trade, or journeyman, or foreman, anyone, and ask them 1 question. What does your Monday morning actually feel like? That 1 conversation will tell you more than any job search website ever will. The trade ladder is a real path. Every rung is reachable, but the smartest move you can make right now before you touch rung 1 is making sure you're standing at the bottom of the right ladder. Once you know which trade is right for you, the next step is landing your first job and stepping onto rung 1 helper. That's exactly what the next video covers. How to get your first trade job with 0 experience. What to say, where to apply, how to walk in and get hired. That video will be up shortly. If this gave you some clarity today, subscribe to the Trade Ladder. Every week I put honest, practical content for people building real careers in the skilled trades. No hype, no fluff. Drop a comment below and tell me which trade you're considering and which of the 4 filters gave you the most to think about. I read every single one. See you on the next rung.